Hey, good morning and happy Tuesday. What's going on? Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1623, Tuesday, November 4th already. I'm gearing up for a really big eBay Live coming up tomorrow night. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. How is tomorrow night going to go? So I've really got to put the full court press on promoting tomorrow night's sale. I just did a post on the spam page on Blowout Forums. I'm going to send out a newsletter through eBay. I'm going to be pumping it on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook pages. So tomorrow night, this is going to be unlike any other eBay Live auction that I've had. Barry Sanders autograph, going to hit the auction block. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning, rookie slabs. I've got playing days, Mickey Mantles, Michael Jordan game used bat card. I've got a Michael Jordan practice jersey patch slab. There's going to be, what else? I've got other Jordans. I got a Mark McGuire rookie. I got a Barry Bonds bat, Gale Sayers, a Willie Mays. We got the Taysom Hill Gold Prism. I'll probably auction off maybe the Wilt Chamberlain slab from 1970 Topps, the tall boy. I've got a Mickey Mantle serial number, modern Topps out of 150. I'll probably run this Lee Smith autograph out of 25. I got a Greg Maddux patch out of 25. So there's going to be some really, really good stuff that you typically don't see during my eBay live streams. So I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night. We're going to start a little early, 6:45. Originally, when I started, we're 0 for 2 on Collector's Corner. That's why it's like we're going all out on this one. We are going to make it happen. I have a feeling the eBay glitches from what I experienced over the weekend. I did 4 eBay live streams over the weekend, had minimal issues. I don't think I had any issues on Sunday. But I did write down some, I did have a few small glitches on Saturday. So hopefully, and I've talked to some other people and they said, yeah, it seems like things have been cleared up at least. So, and it looked like last Wednesday, it looked like it was, cleared up. Now my end, I had more issues on my end last weekend or last Wednesday. But hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, college basketball tipped off last night. So I had my ESPN. You know what's crazy? You know what really grinds my gears? You know what's crazy? I can watch every single Western Illinois University basketball game on TV through ESPN. I cannot watch every Wisconsin. I could not watch the Wisconsin Badgers game last night because, of course, they're Big Ten. So you have to have I think you have to subscribe to Big Ten Plus. Well, here's the thing. ESPN Plus, I subscribe to ESPN Plus, but I can't watch, there's not an Ohio Valley Conference network on YouTube TV. So if I didn't subscribe to ESPN, I would not be able to watch any Western Illinois basketball games. If I don't subscribe to Big Ten Plus, I can still watch a majority of the Wisconsin games. There's a few of these early, against Campbell, wasn't on. I assume the next game they play will probably be televised somewhere. But last night's game, and it seems like it's the season opener that they don't televise for Wisconsin. So I got a sneeze coming, I think. I've definitely got some head stuff. I've got some head stuff going on, and I think it started hitting me sad because I started feeling crappy. It was Sunday. It was Sunday. And yeah, I was kind of out of it yesterday, and I'm still There you go. Watch Western Illinois. So Western Illinois opened the season. They were, by the way, Western was picked to finish dead last in the Ohio Valley Conference. Dead last. Now, I watched almost every game last year, and they were really good. But I follow them during the season, and then I don't really keep up on roster movements and anything like that. But apparently they lost everybody, whether it be through the transfer portal or graduation. And so I just saw the preseason rankings, and Western Illinois picked to finish last. And I'm like, holy shit, like, really? They came out, and the first 8 minutes, I think it was the under 12 timeout, they're down 16-4. And I'm like, all right, this is why they're picked to finish last. Now, they were underdogs in yesterday's game. And usually at this level, like at the mid-major level, like if you're going on the road and you're playing an equal opponent like Radford University in Western Illinois, the road team is probably going to be the underdog. So they were Western was a 16.5 point underdog at Radford. So I'm like, okay, 16-4, like, wow, 16.5 points. That's a lot. Like, they're playing like shit. All of a sudden, like right before halftime, they're on a roll. And they ended up going on like a 13-0 run, I think Western did, and took a lead and had a lot of momentum in the second half. And it was back and forth. Western ends up losing by 5. But I was pretty they've got a kid. I think his name's Lucas Levinson, an Iowa kid. He's a transfer from a school I'd never heard of, Dordt University. I worked at Western Illinois for 3 years. We had a lot of like usually the transfer when players train, the transfer portal was non-existent when I was in college athletics, but usually when players transferred out, especially at Western, they were going down. They didn't have to, if you transferred down back in the day, you didn't miss a season. Like if you transferred from Western to Wisconsin, you'd have to sit out a year. But if you transferred to Division II or Division III or NAIA, there was no sit out rule. So, our guys, and also the difference between pretty much the end of a bench at a school like Western Illinois or Radford, the last guys off the bench are probably Division II and III guys anyway. So a lot of guys our guys transferred to schools like that. So they're like, yeah, Lucas Levinson transferred from Dordt University. I'm like, what the hell is Dordt University? It's a school. It's in Sioux City, Iowa, I think. Never heard of it. It's an NAI school, Dordt University. And I worked in college athletics for 3 years. Never heard of Dordt, and in the Midwest. It's not like it's an NAIA university in fucking New Hampshire. It's in the next state over. I've been to Sioux City. Dordt University. Didn't know it existed. It does. So this kid from Dordt University for Western scored 25 last night, and he looks like a kid from Iowa. He looks like a football player. He looks like a farm boy tight end. And he's a thick dude, like 6'4", 225, white kid with a mustache. Doesn't look like a basketball player. But man, he can shoot. He's a guard. He's a 6'4", 225 guard that can hit the 3 ball, which is pretty good. I know 6'4", like in a power 5 is like, well, yeah, he should be able to shoot the 3s. He's only 6'4", but not at Western. Like 6'4", usually a forward. So they lost by 5, and there's no such thing as a moral. Well, there is such thing as a moral. This was a moral victory, but of course, moral victories don't count in the standings. But what I saw out of this team was grit, fight, resilience. And I kind of, in one game, I saw this team like build chemistry, like within one single game. like all of a sudden it just started clicking. Like we don't know each other, and all of a sudden let's band together and beat Radford, beat the Highlanders. So I saw that like right before my eyes, this team come together and on the road. And in college basketball, it is extremely difficult to win games on the road, especially against like opponents. Just the travel, and especially when you're going from, where the hell is Radford anyway? When you're coming from Macomb, Illinois, people in North Carolina are like, where in the hell is Macomb, Illinois? It's true. Hell, I grew up in Illinois. I'm like, where the hell is Macomb? Radford University. Or is it in Virginia? I thought it was in North Carolina. Apparently it's in Virginia, the Highlanders. So it's in Radford, Virginia. Where in the hell is Radford, Virginia? Is it by Richmond? It looks like a very nice university. It's on the New River. Looks like a very scenic area, but I guess Roanoke's not too far away. Where's Richmond at? Richmond. So Radford, let's do the map. Radford to Roanoke. It's about it's an hour drive. So basically, what Western Illinois has to do to get to Radford University. So they have to. So this is how you would travel. You get your itinerary. This is the luxury of mid-major athletics travel. Now, and this is luxury travel, because the baseball team, when they're playing Radford University in Virginia, they're bussing all the way there. Basketball, hey, at least you're a money-making sport, so you get to fly. So here's how the itinerary works. What day was yesterday? It was a Monday. So here's what's probably happening. We're probably meeting at Western Hall at probably early morning, probably, 7, 8 a.m. We're going to go have a team breakfast. We're probably going to go down the street to the Sunrise Diner. That's what we would do. So meet at Western Hall, 7 o'clock. 7:30, we're going to bus to Sunrise, which is 2 blocks down the street, down University Avenue. We're going to have breakfast. We're going to take off by 8:15. We're going to bus to either Peoria or the Quad Cities, which either direction you're looking at an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 15-minute bus drive. We're going to get to the airport. We're flying commercial. There's no charter flights in mid-major basketball. So we're flying commercial, United, American, Delta, whatever. And then we're boarding a flight in Peoria or the Quad Cities. We're going to Chicago, most likely. Little puddle jumper to Chicago, O'Hare, and then we're getting a flight out of Chicago to probably Roanoke. And then we land in Roanoke. We've got a bus waiting for us, and we bus from Roanoke, most likely to Radford, or sometimes we would stay in Roanoke and then bus to the game. We did that a few times. And in this case, team was probably staying in Roanoke. I don't know, maybe at Radford. It just kind of depends. Now, it depends on the coach. Our coach liked to stay in style. And he didn't want the Super 8s. So we would probably stay. I don't know if Radford, Virginia has any Hilton or Marriott's or Hyatt's, but say Roanoke or Radford, and then bus over. And then, since this is school year, since we're right in the school, we're probably pushing to get back home. So we're probably taking a really early morning flight, because after the game, there's probably no flights out. So probably an early morning flight out of Roanoke, back to Chicago, puddle jumper to Peoria, bussing back to Macomb. So travel sucks, man. Travel sucks at mid-major at the mid-major level. So it's really tough to win those games. But a 5-point loss, you're 16.5-point dog. You're picked to finish last. So I saw some grit out of this team. You got a kid from Dordt University blowing up for 25 points, big old tight end on the basketball court. So good to watch. They'll probably be on, well, I'll be out of town. I'll be at dinner somewhere in New York City on Friday night. So I won't be able to watch. They'll play the Hawkeyes on Friday night. So I don't think Iowa's supposed to be that good. So now, is Western going to beat Iowa? No. Is there a line on that game? Let's see. So I did not get to watch what's it, the 8th, 7th. Western Illinois at Iowa. There is no spread at this point. So yeah, it was a good. I watched. What else did I had the Illinois game on for a little bit. So was watching a little bit of college basketball. I was shipping my ass off yesterday, so I didn't get to watch. I misspoke yesterday. I thought St. John's and Quinnipiac opened up the college basketball season. I was wrong. I was looking at the top. They were the first top 25. St. John's was the first top 25 team to hit the floor yesterday. But there were games, I think, starting at like 8 a.m. yesterday, which usually that's, but I had the wrong schedule up. Now today, let's see, we want to go to all conferences. So today, okay. First game is UMBC versus Penn State York. Purdue plays Evansville tonight. So I don't know if there's any teams that I'm interested. Like Illinois, I would be interested in. Wisconsin. I guess I'd be interested in Iowa since they're playing Western on when does Iowa play? Oh, Iowa does play tonight. They play Robert Morris tonight. So maybe I'll tune into that game. We'll see. All right. So that's what I did yesterday. Let's go to the chat. Boston Smoke is here. Good morning. Red Lights in the house. He's in the crane. What's going on? Good morning. Gem City says, today on Hobby Evolution, mad marketing with Bo. Yes. Are you going to run a 1 million Cubs Bo card? Maybe. They don't do well. You know, it's been, man, my 15 seconds are up. The Bo card is just not a, maybe I should do a 7-day sale just to see where the market, you know, I don't think I'm going to get 100 plus, or certainly, well, I think the last one sold for 200 some. I don't think they're going to go for, I'll be lucky to get 20 now. So I'm down to just a few left. Trying to control the population. It's only 100 print run. Control the pop. That dude from Duryea, what's up? Why are customers so thick-headed? Lowball offers are grinding my gears this morning. I have not had. You know why I haven't taken? Or have I taken? No, I have not taken any offers. I took all my offers off. I listed some wrestling cards basically as a marketing for wrestling night, which I probably should edit since I'm not doing that on Thursday nights anymore. But I had like $2.50. It's like, and I had like $1.50 offer, and I just ignored it. And then the guy sent me a message, and he's like, I don't know what he said, and then he just bought it outright. It's like, okay, so I just decided to take all offers off. Now, I would not recommend that if you have more than 75 listings in your store. I don't really have any inventory right now in my eBay store that I am like pushing, that I even care if it sells or not. So that's, you know, it's like, plus, and here's another thing. The real reason I did it was that was part of the reason. The main reason I did it was I can't switch. You can't have listings with best offers during your eBay live streams. For whatever reason, it doesn't allow you to do that. So I wanted to play around with having buy it now listings in my live stream, and it just didn't work how I thought it would. Not because it just, It might work if I did it differently, but it's not something that I want to really do. So, um, I've got some ideas that I'm going to pass along to eBay along those lines, but there's a lot of other stuff they need to work on for the back end stuff. So yeah, so I just took offers off altogether. Now, if you have a bunch of listings and you're looking to move inventory through Buy It Now, I would not recommend taking best offers off those listings. Gem City says almost an NBA small forward with those specs. Yeah. Is that his name? Lucas Levinson? No, maybe that's not his name. Or it just doesn't come up. So going back real quickly to Western. So I texted Dave Arnold. I don't know where Dave is today, probably teaching chemistry or something. But I texted Dave last night and I'm like, Lucas, what did I say? Lucas Lorenzen. I said Levinson. Lucas Lorenzen from Milford, Iowa, 6'4", 215. So I texted Dave and I'm like, oh, Gem City, what the hell? So I texted Dave. I'm like, how was this team picked to finish? Why were they picked to finish last? And he said they don't have anybody returning from last year. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a complete unknown. So I'm looking. So Gem City says Shota not extended. All right. So now I got to. And so my Cubs chat is blowing up. So this is why. Jesse Rogers from ESPN says breaking Cubs news. Lefty starter Shota Imanaga is a free agent, sources tell ESPN. The team rejected their option to extend his contract out to a 5th year. That triggered his ability to exercise a $15 million player option for 2026. He declined that as well. So yeah, there was all his contract was really wild. And so I don't understand. I'd have to read somebody's that knows contracts because it's like a wild, like his contract's wild. So I want to see what my Cubs chat. Oh man, it's going to take me a while to read through that. So that's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I bet the Cub Reporter has. Wait, let's just chat GPT it. Can you break down Shota Imanaga's contract with the Cubs? Easy to understand. Let's see if ChatGPT can. Because I mean, there were opt-out clauses in like that tweet from Jesse Rogers, like the Cubs declined, so that kicked in like this, and then Shota declined on that. So here's a breakdown. This is ChatGPT, so take this with a grain of salt. Basic guarantee: Imanaga signed a 4-year deal worth $53 million guaranteed. Included in that, a signing bonus of about $1 million. He's locked in for 4 years with a minimum of $53 million, assuming nothing extraordinary happens. Okay, here's the options and what ifs. Here's where it gets a bit more complex. There are additional options built in for both the Cubs and Imanaga based on how things go. After those first 4 years, I can't believe it's been 4 years. After those first 4 years, there is a club option for a 5th year, which, if exercised, could push the total value of the deal up to $80 million over 5 years. So 63.7. So that's 27 million. That's okay. So I'm not surprised that the Cubs opted out of that. If the Cubs decline that club option, Imanaga has a right to opt out of the contract and become a free agent. What it could look like year by year. Okay, so this is actually a little more simplistic than I thought it was. All right. So yeah, that's let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Let's Joe Caprino says the Cubs can still do a qualifying offer for 1 year. Well, he did not decline the Cubs had the option. The Cubs had the option to extend the contract to a 5th year, which the Cubs declined. That kicked in a player. So the club option was first. The Cubs declined the club option, which kicked in a counter for Shota, which then the player declined. And I think, Joe, I think I did read that there is a qualifying offer is still on the table. Where are we at? Dat Dude says offering $2 on a $20 card because you paid 99 cents for a $1.99 card doesn't even out, but what do I know? Yeah, I would get a lot of that when I had my volume. Max says, could it just be semantics and media being dumb? No, it's not. And they announce a contract soon thereafter. It is not that. So let's all right, I want to look into this. Shota. So this was like one of those. This was one of those things that it's like, well, Shota could be a free agent. It's like, yeah, the Cubs will probably kick that. So Marquee Sports Network, that's the Cubs network, says Shota Imanaga is a free agent. The Cubs rejected their option to extend his contract out to a 5th year. That triggered his ability to exercise a $15 million player option for 2026, which he declined. All right, so I want to see. Let's see what Bleacher Nation writes. All right, okay, so this might break it down. The Shota Imanaga contract decisions are more complicated than all right. I don't know if I'm still on. I don't see a chat. My whole internet just shut down. I think I need to do some updates. All right, there's Max. All right, we're still in. It's not my internet, it's my computer. Okay, so we're on Bleacher. Where's Bleacher Nation at? So I've got some updates that I haven't done on my computer, like my because my internet keeps crashing. Okay, so Imanaga signed a 4-year, $53 million deal with the Cubs in 2024, and he did, albeit with the aforementioned unique options structure. The mess of options begins right now at the end of 2025, so I'm going to try to lay out for you as cleanly as possible the potential scenarios, but just know in advance that it's a mess. And the best way to think about it is really in 2 waves. The 2026 scenarios, and then everything that comes thereafter. Okay, here's the 2026 scenarios. And this is from Bleacher Nation. To be fair, there is still one shot at a totally clean outcome here. If they want, the Cubs can exercise a $57 million club option for 2026, 27, and 28, keeping Shota locked in for 3 more years with the following salaries each season: $20 million, $20 million, $17 million. But if they don't want that particular deal, everything starts getting confusing. For example, if the Cubs decline that $57 million club option, which they did, Shota can exercise a $15 million player option for 2026. If he does, the next set of decisions doesn't happen until after the 2026 season, so he did not. So the Cubs declined the $57 million club option, which was the 3-year extent, was basically a 3-year extension, or was 3-year extension, but part of the contract. Since they declined that, Shota had an option to exercise a $15 million player option for 2026, which basically comes down to like arbitration. It was basically prearranged arbitration. So he declined the $15 million option for 2026. So Bleacher Nation says if he does exercise that player option, the next set of decisions would not happen until after next year. But that's not the case. So moving on. But if Shota declines that $15 million player option for 2026 this offseason, the Cubs can make him a qualifying offer, what Joe Caprino said. If Shota accepts the qualifying offer, he'll be on the Cubs for 1 year at that TBD salary, which is about $22 million. That might seem the obvious route for Imanaga rather than picking up the $15 million player option, but keep in mind that one comes with an additional player option for 2027, and it's at least conceivable he might prefer a guaranteed 2 for $30 million with the ability to leave in the middle over a 1 for 22. If he declines the qualifying offer, he'll become a free agent right away, and the Cubs will recoup a draft pick if and when he signs elsewhere. So for 2026, these were the options. Scenario 1, play on a $20 million salary if the club option is picked up. So scenario 1 is out the window because the Cubs did not pick that option. Scenario 2, play on a $15 million salary. Club option declined, player option picked up, which scenario 2 is now out the window because Shota declined that. Now we're on to scenario 3. Shota can play on a qualifying offer with the options declined, and the qualifying offer is accepted. Or scenario 4, becomes a free agent altogether with all of the options in the qualifying offer declined. So there you go. So Shota Imanaga. So still a qualifying offer potential, which is TBD, to be determined number. All right. Max says, got Ricketts family internet over there. Pay up. The 3, 4, 5 years all got voided by the decision yesterday. I think it's usually the last year of contracts when this happens. The player could have stayed for years 3, 4 if he had opted to. The contract fucked up the stream. Yeah, it did. I don't care what it is, to be honest, internet or computer, same to me. What is the qualifying offer? So that we do not know. It's not confusing. It's just not straightforward. Mark, good morning. And it's not a typical contract. Like baseball contracts don't usually work like this. Just an if-then scenario. Correct. Dude has a solid agent. The Dodgers will be signing Shota in 3, 2, 1. Seems like he would have stayed for the $30 million plus. Draft picks are useless in MLB. Well, I mean, not really. Not really. If you lose a player, if you lose a free agent, that draft pick could come in nice. I mean, you look at draft picks really helped out the Houston Astros World Series from, what was it, 2014? Was it 2016 was the Cubs. 14? Was it 2014? I mean, that was like, it looked like the Astros blew like 2 first overall picks. And by blowing, they ended up getting, I think, was it Bregman? I think they ended up picking Bregman from like a pick that didn't sign. And then was it George Springer they got? That was a compensatory pick for losing a free agent. The Houston Astros build for the World Series run is fascinating in roster structure in Major League Baseball. Because usually it's like the Dodgers, you just pay, you just spend money. But the Astros, the Cubs in 2016 was built through the draft and through trades and a little bit of free agency. And that's what I like. I like the background of how the roster was built. Where are we at? Orlando is here. What's going on? John says 20 picks in 2025. You're saying 21 picks put them over the top. 20 picks in 2025. I don't know what that means. Gem City says, what year did they draft the trash can? And that too. Bregman was a 2 if they got a first rounder for it was. Yes, Bregman was, because they failed to sign their first overall pick. That's exactly what it was. So it was let's see, where's the draft? Oh man, my God, it's MLB draft. Picks by franchise. Oh shit, that's year. Picks by, let's do this one. Okay, so it was Brady Aiken in 2014. So basically, it was back-to-back. So in 2013, their first overall pick was Mark Appel. And by the way, George Springer was their 2011 first-round pick, so it wasn't Springer. It was was it Kyle Tucker? No, it was, who was that compensatory pick? Maybe there wasn't I guess it would have been for losing Brady Aiken. So in 2013, their first overall pick. Look at all the picks they had in 20. So, I mean, they built the Astros built that World Series team through the draft in the trash can. 2011, George Springer. 2012, Carlos Correa and Lance McCullers Jr., who I believe McCullers was a pretty pivotal pitcher in that run. Then you get to 2013, so they're bad. Like, they're back-to-back first overall picks bad. Mark Appel in 2013. Oh, three back-to-back, back-to-back-to-back, because they went 2012, 2013, 2014. So 2012, they hit a home run with Carlos Correa. 2013 is Mark Appel. That didn't pan out. 2014, they get the first overall pick again, and they pick Brady Aiken, who didn't sign. So since Brady Aiken didn't sign, they had the number 2 overall pick for not signing Brady Aiken, and that turned into be Alex Bregman. And then they also had the 5th overall pick in 2015 that turned into Kyle Tucker. So the Astros between 2011 and 2015 did pretty well, drafting George Springer, Carlos Correa, Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, all in the first round. Let's see. The Cubs picked 20 players in 2025. They sure did. Max says, no, that's not what he is saying, but you said draft picks are useless. Yeah, draft picks are not useless. Rich says it was a little more complicated than not signing the pick. If I recall, his physical showed some major damage not previously known. Whatever it was, they didn't sign him, and they got a pick for it. Gem City says, I got to pick my nose, and it worked out. I got to pick my nose. Have a great day. Thank you, Gem City. Aiken and Appel. Yeah, oof. Dodgers did great drafting free agents. Houston shouldn't even have a team, in my opinion. Correa, more like a double, not a home run pick. I mean, he was a home run. I mean, looking back now over the years, but during that run, like Carlos Correa was, let's look up Carlos Correa's numbers during that run. I mean, now Carlos Correa, yeah. I mean, he had a 1.5 WAR this year, 13 home runs. Not good. But 20, I mean, you look at 2012 2015 to 2017. Carlos Correa, 22 home runs, 20 home runs, 24. He was Rookie of the Year in 2015. 17th place finish in MVP voting in 2017. He had a 4.7 WAR in 15, a 7 WAR in 16, a 6.7 WAR in 17 during that run. He had a 7.3 WAR in 2021. But during that run, which is what I'm talking about, the Houston Astros run when Carlos Correa was, starting off, like he is a 7 WAR player. That's that's a home run pick when you're winning World Series. Whatever happened to Kyle Tucker? Well, he played for the Cubs and they lost. ET Card Collector says, because a team's inept front office can't sign a first-round pick, they get rewarded with a first-round pick the next year. Correct. That is how that works. Draft picks are useless. Correa wasn't amazing when Houston was going. He was decent. 7 WAR! That's that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. 7 WAR. Was hurt for like 2 years. Not during the Astros run. He was hurt, let's see, 2019 and 2020 was the COVID year. 2019, he only played 75 games. He still put up 4 WAR in 75 games. He played 148 games in 2021, played 136, 135, 86 games last year, played 144 games this year. He's only missed really 2024 and 2019 were the only seasons he missed. He didn't play double-digit games. 99 games his rookie year, 153, 109, 110, 75, 148, 136, 135, 86, 144. So he's played a lot of games. He's played over 1,200 games in 11 seasons. Let's see. He was a top draft pick. I don't consider a perennial all-star at number 2 or 1 a home run pick. I do. Look at the history of number 1. Let's just go back to the draft page. Number 1 overall pick. All right, let's go back to, let's see, 20. What's a good year to start? Because you have kind of a, all right, let's just go back to 2019, right before COVID. That's a solid 6 years. 29. These are first overall picks. Adley Rutschman, Casey Mize, Royce Lewis, Mickey Moniak, Dansby Swanson, Brady Aiken, the aforementioned Mark Appel, Carlos Correa, Garrett Cole, Bryce Harper, Steven Strasburg, Tim Beckham, bend it like Beckham, David Price, Luke Hoshaver, is it Hoshaver? Justin Upton, Matt Bush, Delmon Young, Brian Bullington, Joe Mauer, Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Hamilton, Pat Burrell, Matt Anderson, Chris Benson, Darren Erstad, we're in the 90s, Paul Wilson, A-Rod, Phil Nevin, Brian Taylor, Chipper Jones. Not exactly a who's who. Like I would consider Carlos Correa a home run among those names. Among all first overall picks in Major League Baseball history, Carlos Correa ranks 6th in WAR, and he's still playing. Now, is he going to catch up to? Now, ahead of him is still Bryce Harper. He's not going to catch up to Bryce Harper. But he has the potential to surpass Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer is at 55 WAR. Carlos is at 45. I mean, a few more seasons, Carlos Correa will surpass that. So he'll probably end up 5th in WAR in all first overall picks for now. I mean, there's some guy who's below him that has a chance that's still playing. Dansby Swanson's only a 28 WAR. Like he's not gonna catch Correa. Paul Skeens will probably catch him. Paul Skeens already at 13.5 WAR. Casey Mize is at 4.6 WAR. Then you got guys like Jackson Holiday, and so remains to be seen. What's up, Ray from Philly? What's going on? Max says WAR is fucking dumb. Hey, you and John agree on something. I mean, it's the only statistic you can accurately compare players, unless there's another number that you can come up with. Spencer Torkelson, great pick. Yeah, so missed like 200 games first 5 years. I mean, he played. What do you expect the guy to? This is 2025. This is the 21st century. Players aren't playing 162 games anymore. Let's see. First 5 years. Okay, we're gonna. He didn't even debut until midway through the season, his rookie year. So 2015, you can't count. So 2016, 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't count 2020 because it wasn't a full season. All right, so he played. Let's do the math here. So Carlos Correa, first 5 full seasons, 153. I mean, he averaged 120 games a year in his first 5 seasons, and a bulk of that was because he missed the 2000. He missed one. He was injured one season, 2019. So I would not consider that an outlier. I would not consider Carlos Correa being hurt, and he did not miss 200 games his first 5 years. Ray from Philly says Skeens. John says Ray. Lots of perennial all-stars. Pat the Bat Burrell. Draft dorkery at its finest. David Beckham was knighted. He is now Sir. My apologies to Sir David Beckham. John says, prove me wrong. Mike Piazza is a great example of how dopey the MLB draft is. Well, Ken Griffey Jr. is an example of how great it is. I mean, come on. You can, out of how many, let's see. How many? All right. A blind squirrel still finds a nut. Let's see. So ChatGPT couldn't even come up with it. I mean, you're talking. I mean, some drafts had over 1,000 players selected. You picked one. You picked one player out of tens of thousands that fell through. And I mean, there's not even, they could have held 3 different drafts and Mike Piazza still wouldn't have been drafted in today's game since there's only 20 rounds. As with all things sports, the draft exists just for men to argue with each other. We all agree the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL. They're playing like it. I know you went to school in Illinois, but 5 times 40 equals 200. I'm good. Is that how many games? Let's do the math again. So what was it? 120 over 5. So that's 40 times 5, 200. I mean, that's in today's game. I mean, that's, you take any snapshot of a player. Like, let's look at Dansby. Let's look at Dansby Swanson. I'm just going to pull, and I have no idea what his numbers are. All right. We'll exclude his first season, 1, 2, 3. We'll exclude 2020. Okay, so Dansby Swanson played a lot of games. 144, 136, 127, 160, 162. So but again, I'm only picking out one argument. I wonder what the average is. Of a 4-WAR player. How many games? ChatGPT probably can't answer that. Found treasures in the house. What's going on? Ray from Philly says Ken Griffey Jr., Aroyd, Joe Mauer. Max says a home run pick is Tom Brady. Montreal Expos, baby. Great shit from Ray. Dialed Bets opinion on Wildcard brand. I mean, I think it sucks. I think Wildcard kind of sucks. JD Drew, great draft pick. Max says, nah, fuck that. We aren't talking average guys. You were making Correa out to be the greatest shortstop to live. I'm saying it was a home run pick. Like, you've got the 6th highest WAR of all time among first overall picks. That's a home run. That's a home run. 7 WAR. It is during the run. I'm not saying over his career, Carlos Correa is a Hall of Famer. I'm saying during the Houston, this is how the whole argument started. When the Houston Astros were making a run to the World Series, Carlos Correa was a 7 WAR player. That's fucking good. Really fucking good. Probably among the tops, looking at his numbers in baseball during those 2 years. What do you draft players to do? What is the whole purpose of drafting players, of signing players, of trading for players? What is the goal? Win games, win championships. When you draft a player, first overall, Carlos Correa, and he goes to have a 7 WAR season and you win a World Series, didn't that accomplish the goal set out? Now, in ensuing years, he didn't play up to the seed. Well, he did in 2021, I think. He had a great season. And then you look at his career numbers and shit, he's had a better career than I thought he did. Is he a Hall of Famer? No. Is he the greatest shortstop to live? No. But was he a home run pick for the Houston Astros? Yes, without question. Where are we at? John says, wild card brand is bad. Max says, quick pivot because I was right. The Miami Vice of cards. Hey, I like Miami Vice. Scoreboard greater than wild card. Dialed Bet says they got good autos. I don't know. Wild card. Max says Tom Brady is a home run pick. Autos are shite. Autos mean nothing anymore. Max says I'd almost say any first rounder in any sport besides basketball can't be a home run pick. Especially in baseball. Now, first overall pick in football should be a home run pick. It's not all the time. Jamarcus Russell. It's not in basketball. And it's certainly not in baseball. Just go back and look at the names. The baseball draft is like it's not even like the baseball draft should not even be in the same conversation as the NFL draft and the NBA draft. Completely separate beasts. NFL and NBA, you're drafting for like immediate help. Baseball, you're like, I hope this guy helps in 3 years. Debatable. John says LA Dodgers winning without drafting. Who were some of the homegrown? The Dodgers had some homegrown players on their team, didn't they? I'm trying to. All right. Oh, shit. Let's look at the first overall pick or the first round picks for the Dodgers. Now, they've been picking late because they're really good. All right, we'll go back to 2019. We'll do pre-COVID. Cody Hosey. Michael Bush. Hey, my guy. He was a compensatory. There you go. Michael Bush was a compensatory pick, 2019. JT Ginn was their first round pick in 2018. Jaron Kendall. Gavin Lux. Remember him? Will Smith. Hey, Will Smith was their another compensatory pick, paying off. 2016, Will Smith. Walker Buehler was their first round pick in 2015. Kyle Funkhauser was another compensatory pick. Grant Holmes, Chris Anderson, Hey, Corey Seager in 2012. Man, the Dodgers, you look at the Dodgers draft, holy shit. Fucking sucks. All right, all time. Let's look at the all-time. This is first round, including compensatory picks for the Dodgers. All-time is Clayton Kershaw. I'm basing this on WAR. So let's go top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're, wow. And their number 10 surprises me. So this is the Dodgers all-time first round draft picks, including compensation picks based on WAR. Number 1, Clayton Kershaw. Number 2, Bob Welch. Number 3, Corey Seager. Number 4, Rick Rhoden. Number 5, Rick Sutcliffe. Number 6, Paul Konerko. Number 7, Mike Scioscia. Number 8, our guy, Will Smith. Number 9, Chad Billingsley. Number 10, Walker Buehler. And then you get names like James Loney, Steve Howe, Tom Goodwin, Darren Dreifert, Gavin Lux, and Michael Bush. Dodgers have not drafted well in the first round. Where are we at? Let's see. Orlando says Altuve was so short, no one wanted him. I don't know. To me, sounded like baseball was better than NFL, to be honest. A lot like my penis, Orlando. Kershaw. Is that it? Will Smith. Their catcher. Yeah, Will Smith. Pirates have been picking early, and they still suck. The Pirates suck because their organization is run by morons. That's why. It's not just a draft issue. It's just an everything issue. How many baseball teams ever win with homegrown talent? Well, let's go to my favorite team, and we had a really good mix. Here's the thing. I think what's key and what I like, I don't think it's key because you have teams like the Dodgers who win without homegrown talent for the most part. But it's usually, if you look back at every World Series winning team, it typically takes a balance through draft, trade, free agency. So the Cubs, so here's the Cubs. Miguel Montero was through, he was a trade, I think. Miguel Montero was through trade. Anthony Rizzo was through trade. Ben Zobrist was a free agent. Addison Russell was through trade. Chris Bryant was homegrown. Jorge Soler was homegrown. Dexter Fowler was a trade. Jason Hayward was a free agent. Javi Baez was homegrown. Wilson Contreras was homegrown. David Ross was a free agent. Matt Caesar was homegrown. Tommy LaStella, I think, was through trade. Kyle Schwarber was homegrown. All right, let's go to the pit. So those are some of the position players that were on that 2016 Cubs team. John Lester was a free agent. Jake Arrieta was through trade. Jason Hamill was through trade. John Lackey, I believe, was a free agent. Kyle Hendricks was through trade. Travis Wood, I can't remember if he was a trade or free agent. Trevor Cahill, I think, was a trade. Mike Montgomery was a trade. Let's see. Hector Rondon was a trade. Pedro Strop, I think, was a trade. Carl Edwards was a trade. Justin Grimm was a trade. Aroldis Chapman was a free agent. So, but you look through their top guys. Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Wilson Contreras, Kyle Schwarber, homegrown guys. Where are we at? John says Yankees did a really good job a while back. Max says Astros and Cubs had quite a few. Actually, the Phillies probably did better with homegrown from 2007 to 2011. 2008 Phillies had some growers. 90s Yankees had a decent amount too. Yeah, actually, a lot has been said about, well, the Yankees just bought their way. Like the 90s dynasty of the Yankees were mostly home, like their stars were all homegrown for the most part. Homegrown versus draft, though. Well, it's kind of this. I mean, I don't know. Marlins draft for other teams. Ex-Marlin Miguel Rojas helped Dodgers win the pennant. Yeah, Miguel Rojas. Littered with Hall of Fame free agent acquisitions for the Yankees 90s teams. Max says a lot of those guys were grown in the minors and not traded as an MLB player too. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Max says, dude, Yankees also had Jeter, Rivera, Posada, Petit, LOL, the core four. Agreed. Peter's in the house. Good morning. All right. It's 9 o'clock. I'm doing a kind of an unexpected fast. I didn't feel like I'm still like I'm congested and just feel crappy. I ate sugar. Like Friday and Sunday were like my candy days. I need not eat candy. So I had some cereal. I had kind of a late breakfast yesterday. Had my cereal, which is really filling. It's I don't know what. Anyway, it's a filling cereal. So and then I didn't eat lunch, but then I got hungry in the afternoon, and so I had chips and salsa, which was also filling. And I'm like, it got to be like close to dinner time, and I'm like, I don't think I'm hungry. And I didn't eat anything. I'm like, I'm fasting. So I'm trying to hit, it's now 18 hours. So, cause I think it was 3:00 when I had my chips and salsa yesterday, and all I've had is water, since 3:00 yesterday. So, kind of an unexpected fast. And fasting is something that I've been trying to incorporate, but it's sometimes proves difficult for me. So I am getting hangry, arguing about the draft. Empty calories, MLB draft talk. Chris says the Giants won 2010, 12, and 14 led by homegrown. John says nothing was solved. Is anything, here you go. Is anything ever settled? Of course not. Chris says Lincecum, Kane, Bumgarner, Sandoval, Crawford, Belt. Nobody likes the Giants, says Max. All right, so I'm going to go hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, tomorrow night, big night on eBay Live. My biggest sale ever. Tomorrow night, we're going to run, I've got a Saquon Barkley serial numbered card. I've got a Drake May. He's hot. Drake May Bomb Squad. I've got a Drake May. Take that off. I've got a Drake May rookie patch. I've got an Isaac who hasn't done shit. He had 2 great catches in the first 2 weeks of the season. Hasn't done shit since. That had a $40 sticker price on it. Now it's like, fuck it. I'll sell it for $3. I've got a Yadier Molina rookie. We got an Albert Pujols rookie. I've got an Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is an Abracadabra numbered out of 50. I'll probably run this Hulk Hogan slab with Andre the Giant. I've got a T205 Thomas Needham of the Cubs. So I'm going to run those tomorrow night. How about a Barry Sanders autograph from 1996 LaserView Inscriptions? I've got a Mark McGwire 70th home run ticket stub from 1998. I've got the Taysom Hill Gold Prism numbered out of 10 in a PSA 9. I've got this Calvin Johnson rookie. It's a Beckett Marketplace dealer exclusive out of 10. Calvin Johnson in a Beckett slab. I've got a LeBron James rookie. I got a Kevin Durant raw rookie sell the other day. Went really high, higher than I expected on Saturday. Kevin Durant rookie. These are all going up for grabs tomorrow night on eBay Live. Zay Flowers rookie out of 18. Tomorrow night on eBay Live. Link in the description. I've got a Barry Bonds game used bat. BCCG. Beckett was doing some weird things with slabs. I got a BCCG 10 Derek Jeter rookie card. Speaking of that core 4. How about a 71 Topps Gale Sayers PSA 7? A near mint PSA 7 Gale Sayers. These are going up for grabs tomorrow night on eBay Live. A Michael Jordan game used bat. 84 Donruss Darryl Strawberry rookie card in a PSA 8. I got a Willie Mays 68 Topps game SGC 4. Ooh, how about this? The big guns coming out tomorrow night. Mickey Mantle, 1962 Topps PSA 3. I'm going to auction these off tomorrow night on eBay Live. A 1960 Topps Mickey Mantle, PSA 1. 68 Topps game Mickey Mantle in a PSA 2. Got a Peyton Manning rookie in a PSA 9. How about a Lane Johnson auto Gem 10? This is numbered out of 35. Got a Brady rookie in a PSA 8. Mark McGwire, 1985 Topps Team USA in an SGC 8. Here's a practice jersey, Michael Jordan practice jersey. I'm going to start the auctions tomorrow night, 6:45. Patrick Mahomes rookie in a 9. Bijan Robinson Silver Prism Variation rookie card, a 99 Topps Chrome Kobe. Josh Allen rookie, SGC 8.5. Larry Bird rookie in a PSA 7. 2007 Fleer Ultra Legendary 13, Michael Jordan PSA 9. Wemby, PSA Gem Mint 10 Wemby rookie card. Mickey Mantle, a 61 Topps Mickey Mantle, PSA 2. So those are just some of the auctions. Simone Biles, PSA 10. Perfect Fit Gold Molten Metal Peyton Manning, Gem Mint 10. Second year Silver Prism Brady in a PSA 9. Gem Mint 9.5 Dan Marino. And a Jam City Michael Jordan. So just some of the auctions tomorrow night on eBay Live. Let's see. Found Treasure says, where will the Barry Sanders be up for sale? eBay Live tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on eBay Live. Auctions start at 6:45. And so at some point, I don't know what time the Barry Sanders will go live. It'll probably be when I have the most people in the room. So I'm strategizing on times. So the Barry Sanders is up for grabs tomorrow night, eBay Live. And the link to the actual auction is in my description. So tomorrow night, 6:45 eBay Live. Let's see. Buster Posey. Chris says, Giants 3 World Series titles in 5 years. No NL team has done that in full seasons in decades. Got some nice ones. Yeah, this is going to be my best eBay Live yet. Max says, went and checked. Still, nobody likes San Francisco, not just the Giants. San Francisco is a cool city. It's a cool city. I like San Francisco. Dat Dude says, so Thursday's Hobby Evolution could be a bitch fest if things go wrong. Yes, you are correct. 100%. I have a feeling things will go, cross my fingers. I have a feeling things will go well. There should be a lot of people in the room. eBay's going to give me a little push. That's the little added value I have being on eBay Live. Yes, 6:45 p.m. tomorrow night, Wednesday night, November 5th, 6:45 Central Standard Time. Max says the guy in Madison, LOL, not surprising. I'm not from Madison. Let's see. Max lives in BFE, Wisconsin. His opinion counts for nothing. That is true. But do any of our opinions count? No, none of our opinions matter. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Jody says, I watch your eBay Live instead of TV for the entertainment. Yeah, sometimes it's great for me. Sometimes it's shitty for me. But it ends up all being okay. So I'm going to take today off from eBay Live so I can ship. I still have over 400 orders to ship. I had 806 orders yesterday morning. And I think I got that down to like in the 400s. But I did take last night off to watch basketball. So I could have had a really nice dent, but I needed some rest is what I needed. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Tracy says, good morning, all. Very late to it today. Almost missed it. There you go. You did almost miss it. All right. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.